You are here because you want to know how you can reach your goals in 2025. It's so easy to just like say it, put it on a vision board, have some cute pictures there, and say, this year, this is gonna be my life. But then you comes to the end of the year and you're still not there, and you're wondering why. The reason why you have not reached your goal yet is because you don't have a plan. That's simple. You have not made a plan for yourself for how you're gonna succeed. And without a plan, my friend, you are not gonna succeed, okay? Does it make sense? I think it should. Like, if you don't know what to do today, you're certainly not gonna know what to do tomorrow when you wake up and you're supposed to work out and you're like, how? You know, because you haven't made a plan for how you're gonna make it work. And maybe it's gonna go for 1 or 2 or 3 days. But after that first like inspiration of like working towards a new goal fades away, the action also disappears because you're like, I don't know, this is blah. Let's watch some TikTok instead, you know? We have all been there. But if you watch through this video, I'm certain that at the end of the video, you're gonna have a plan, a strategic plan for how you're actually gonna succeed this year. 2025 is gonna be our year. We're gonna start simple, okay? And then we're gonna build to make this plan as strong and solid as possible so it's actually gonna work and you're not gonna like me off the plan after a week. So the fundamental pillars of this plan is what, where, when, how. You need to know these questions to be able to know what to do. And not just what to do tomorrow, but the day after that, and after that, and after that, and after that. So you can, in the end of 2025, sit and like, wow, my life changed so much this year. So number one is what? What is going to be your focus? We have all limited amount of focus, right? So I know it's really tempting to wanting to just like change everything about your life, to be that girl today, preferably yesterday, but to just be real tomorrow. That is honestly what we all want, but that is not sustainable, okay? You're maybe gonna be able to live like that for a couple of days and then it's just gonna So you need to just focus on one thing really well and feel like you're mastering it before you're moving on to the next one. And I know some of you might thinking like, that's for some people. But not me. I can multitask. I can do a lot of things at the same time. Honey, no, you can't. Just find one thing. What is it gonna be? What is the thing that you really feel like a little bit of thinking about? But maybe don't start with the hardest goal. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because the beautiful thing about reaching goals and working towards like changing our life is that when we feel that we're mastering something, we're gonna get this little boost of dopamine that's gonna feel really good. And that's gonna motivate us to keep going and keep wanting to change other things. Okay, when you see that I'm that bitch, I'm actually doing this, hello, that girl, like, you know, when you get that little boost, it's gonna be so much easier to keep going because you feel like you're mastering it and you're just having all of these beautiful emotions and you're feeling good about yourself because you're just working on it. So yeah, just start with maybe not the most difficult one. I would like save that for a little bit later this year when you have like built up a fundamental like base of yes, I'm doing this motivation, and you can look back on your past results this year and be like, yes, I did that. Why can't I do this? Because like if you start at the hardest thing and then it maybe takes a little bit longer before you're mastering it, it's a little bit more likely for you to just then drop the whole thing and not care. And then you're gonna be at the same place in the end of 2025 where just like, what happened? One thing that I feel like everyone should is taking care of their health. Just to get in some movement in your day, it's really just gonna help you in so many areas of your life. You're gonna get like better sleep, you're gonna get more motivation, more energy, you're just gonna feel better. So just to incorporate some kind of movement would be a really great start. And there you need to be even more specific, because okay, you want to be healthier, you want to move your body. What does that look like for you? What would you enjoy every day? Would you like to do some strength training? Would you like to be a Pilates princess or do yoga? Would you like to be a runner, a hiker, swimmer, cycler, dancer? I don't know. It's so many options. You just need to find what is right for you. And it's not like just because you see everyone going to the gym and lifting those weights that is for you. You don't need to do it like that. You just need to get in those movements, because also in sports and other activities, you also get to work on those muscles. So it's going to be beneficial for you either way. You just need to find your way to move, like in a way that you could enjoy. So for example, if you want to start a little bit light, and just like me, I did yoga today. I just like searched up yoga with Andrea, and she is so nice, and it's not that hard. It's more like beginner friendly. She is chill. It is always like a safe space in her videos, and you can do it from wherever. It's free, just like yoga with Andrea, and she has a lot of different YouTube videos. She also have this like 30-day plan, 7-day plans, so you can just follow that, and that is honestly the best thing, because then you don't have to think what to do each day. You just know that it's day 1 today. I'm gonna do the yoga session that says day 1. If it's day 8, you know what to do because you're gonna do the yoga session that says day 8. So it's gonna just make it much simpler for you. If you really want to join a gym and invest in yourself like that, I also recommend finding maybe a free workout plan, which just say do this and this and this every day, or maybe like download one of those apps. That really helped me when I wanted to be a gym girly and work out and really get more comfortable there. I know it can be a little bit intimidating if you haven't been that much to the gym before and you don't really know how the different machines work. Maybe you can solve that with going with a friend. Maybe you can ask the people who work there to like show you a little bit around, or yeah, as I said, with some other friends of yours that know how to use it at the gym, or maybe you both can be newbies and try it together. At least it'll feel a little bit less intimidating. So it's many ways to do this. If you would love to try more of an activity, maybe you played football or did some volleyball or something, maybe you were dancing when you were younger, like see what kind of options is out there. Maybe you have, without really thinking about it, missed it a lot. Personally, I have always loved dancing. It's so fun. But when I was 18, I quit dancing because it was the last year of high school and it was so much. And after that, I haven't really started. And I feel like I kind of miss it. So this year might be the year where I take some dance classes just to shake and get my body to move. And it's just so much joy with dance for me. Like I get so happy by doing that. So it could also be like a boost for you. It's whatever. You just need to decide what kind of activity you want to do. That's number one, to just know what you're planning for. And number two was where. So do you want to do it at home? Do you want to do it at the gym? Do you want to do it out in nature? That is also important, because then you're gonna know where you need to go to work out. It's gonna be a lot clearer then. But honestly, it's super chill to just start at home, and then you can just build up your confidence level in whatever you're trying to do, and then move on to like a gym or something and feel a little bit more comfortable because you already know a little bit what to do. But yeah, you decide. You just need to know what and where and when. When do you want to do this activity you are setting out to do? Okay, when are you gonna do it? Are you going to do it in the morning? Are you going to do it at lunchtime? Are you going to do it when you're done with school or work, or at nighttime? Like, when do you feel the best to do this thing? When are you going to do it? If we keep going with like the workout, the fitness thing, like when are you going to have like enough energy to kickstart the day? Because some people might just be super energized in the morning and just like loving that little boost a workout gives. I'm one of those people. I like doing it pretty early because I do get a lot of energy and feel good about myself after that. So I feel like that is also going to kind of influence the rest of the day if I know I got like a good workout in before going anywhere. But other people might like to do it later in the day because they like to sleep a little bit longer. They like their time in the morning by themselves before they have to be somewhere. Like, we are all built different, so you just need to just feel with yourself, like, when am I gonna prioritize doing this thing? If your goal is something other than like fitness, maybe it's more of a creative kind of goal. Maybe you are writing your own novel, maybe you're painting, maybe you're like making your own clothes. I don't know, it's so many options, but you need to just see where can this be in my schedule. And it might seem a little bit weird, like, am I gonna schedule in my schedule that I'm gonna paint? And the answer is yes, because then you know at this time you're going to paint. You're not gonna make any other plans. You're not gonna do some extra work. You're not gonna do all of these other things. You're gonna paint, and you know it because you have put time off in your calendar for painting. Okay, because it's so easy when we haven't structured it like that to just go by the day and suddenly you just watch Netflix, you find something else to do. It's so much things we can fill our day with if we don't structure it, okay? There are so many things that we can do, but what do we want to do with our time? What do we choose to prioritize? Okay, you need to structure it into your day. So what I also imply with saying this is that it's a real benefit to plan out your whole day and not just when you're working on the goal. And it doesn't need to be like super duper like structural, like from 5 till 6 I'm gonna do this and this and this and this and this. You don't need to be like that, but you can just have a little bit of a time slot and just know from 5 till 7 I'm gonna paint. That's what I'm gonna do. If you're like me and you have a lot of freedom over your time, like I work from home and I work like a little bit whenever I want to work, it's really important to have structure like that, because when you're going at school, when you're going maybe to another kind of job, you're there from 8 till 4. Right? You're supposed to be there. And it's also something people expect from you because you have this contract if it's with a school or a job, okay? But for me personally, I can choose to work from 9 till 3 or from 6 at night to 12 at night. Like, it's whenever. So if you have a lot of freedom like that in your schedule, like it's really important. It's so important that you like say, I'm gonna work from here to here, or I'm gonna do this hobby from here to here, because if not, it's just gonna into each other and suddenly you find yourself working in like really late or doing TikTok when you should be working, you know? It's just all of that. But I think that's important for everyone, just to have some structure. That's my main focus this year, structure, because that is how you're really gonna be more productive and get things done and reach your goals, because you're not wasting your time. You know all the time like what you're supposed to do because you have already planned for it. And by asking yourself these questions from like what, where, when, that is really what's gonna structure your day. And you can do this with other things too. It doesn't just have to be your goal. And after you have figured out like what, where, and when you're doing something, you really need to go in depth to how are you gonna make this work, okay? Are you a person who prefers to do things alone, or would it be an idea to maybe talk with a friend or a family member if they have maybe a similar type of goal and talk like how could we maybe do it together or find a solution so we can keep each other accountable for really working towards this goal. Because yes, it can be fun to have like your own project and work by yourself and do it by yourself, but it can also be so rewarding to also just share your thoughts with a friend and work together and really get inspiration like that. As I said earlier, if it's like fitness related, you can go to the gym together, you can just maybe go the first time together to make it less scary, and then you can like suddenly go by yourself and be more like independent and just feel like that self-confidence is growing in the gym in the beginning. Or you can work out all the time together. If it's painting, maybe you have a friend who loves to paint and you can have like weekly paint nights together. Then it could be something social and fun out of it too. And that is also something, as I said, with the scheduling, please schedule time to be with friends too, or to go and do fun stuff, because it can also be so easy to just like plan out to do all of these goals and suddenly everything becomes so serious because you're just like working. You're a hustler, you're working towards your goal, but you need to have fun while doing it, because that is also gonna give you more good feelings and motivation to keep going. And honestly, like, don't you want to have a fun life? To live a fun life? Don't you want to have good relations with people and really create those magical moments? Well, I really want that. It's not like I schedule like I'm gonna be with this and this person and we're gonna do this and this and have that like a structural thing every week. I just like have a plot in my calendar for now I'm gonna be social. So from then I just have a plot in my calendar that from this time and maybe this evening I'm gonna be social. And then I try to make plans with people for that evening because I know I have free time, I don't have any work, I have scheduled it like that to have some time off and really just be with friends, because we are all different. But personally, I am really extroverted, so I know I'm gonna get a lot of energy if I am with people rather than just like hustle by myself. I've done that so many times before, just like really going in the zone, working towards that, and then at the end of the day feeling a little bit like, ugh. And that's because you also need friends or fun stuff or just like that good conversation that can give you more energy. Like that is really important also for you to succeed, to have fun and not like be just like, because I feel like there are so many people who's also like, lock yourself in the room for a year and see what happens. I do think you get probably a lot of things done, but you also miss so much by doing that. And maybe you even would be more productive with having a little bit fun. I feel like when you're just like locking yourself inside, isolating yourself because you're gonna work, are you really being that productive? Or would it be more productive to go out and have some fun and have a little bit of balance, which could inspire you to another idea or just to work more? Because it's not that inspiring to just like be locked in all the time, just like writing. I don't know. That was my little rant of the day. I think balance is so important. So now hopefully you have a little bit of a closer of a clue for what you're gonna do with the what, where, when, and how. And when you have this ready, I really want you to see, okay, what is my smaller goals here? Because in that way, it's gonna be so much easier to really keep track and maybe get a little bit of a boost when you reach these small goals on the way. And you're gonna just be like, yes, I did that. And that's also a little bit like step-by-step plan, just by knowing first I'm gonna be able to do this, and then I'm gonna be able to do this, and before I know it, I'm gonna reach the top goal, and then it's gonna be this big celebration because I reached it. But guess what? Then you're gonna find a new goal, because this is a lifestyle. It's not just a diet, it's a lifestyle. We want to really have a good life. Not just a good 2025, a good life. That is what we're like laying the foundations in. A good life. So what is your smaller goals that you can work towards? For example, if you're like working on waking up earlier and being able to go to bed earlier, maybe you can just like take smaller and smaller steps. For example, okay, today I'm gonna wake up at 8 and I'm gonna do that for some days, but then after some days I'm gonna wake up like a half hour before that, and it's gonna be like half hour before that, and suddenly you have your ideal time. Just like trying a little bit by little bit instead of just like going from 8 till 5 straight away. I think you're gonna be pretty tired if you do that. But just like beep to go to your goal, and suddenly you find yourself there. With the smaller goal, it's so much easier to just like keep track and really also being able to celebrate when you get those small wins, when you see improvement. Like I had this goal with yoga because I have always been super stiff, and I had just like these goals with different postures, and I just like saw day by day that I was getting better and better and better. And it felt so good, and it gives so much more inspiration and motivation to keep doing it because you see improvements, right? You're getting those small goals. If I said, I need to do this super crazy posture today, and you're obviously not going to be able to do that super crazy posture in a day, it's not going to be that motivating in a way. And also, now that you have like your plan, it's also nice to kind of see, okay, how do I want my year to go? Where do I see that I want to start working on another goal? Do you set some dates through your year? Like by this date, I'm going to have reached that goal, and then I'm going to keep working on another goal. Or for example, if you're starting working out 2 times a week, for how long are you going to do that through the year before you maybe start working out a little bit more? It can be so helpful to just like look at your year at a glance and just like make like a little bit of a plan. And of course you can adjust things throughout your year, but I just love to just know, this is my year, this is my plan. I want to, for example, for me, this year is really all about creativity, and I love to write. So I just said, for example, by this date, I'm gonna have written this book that I'm working on, or by this date, I have started to have a good routine with like publishing stuff online or whatever. Like just to have those goals figured out, just to see your year, and just be happy with the knowledge that you know what to do and you know how to do it because you have planned it out. And also it can be nice to look at, okay, things happen, what can I do if that thing happened? Like that's even better. If you can go that deep to just like have little plan Bs throughout your year. Let's say if you get hurt or get sick, what you're gonna do with your workout. Obviously, you can't go like as full as you could when you were feeling good, but maybe you're gonna take it slow, go on some walks. Maybe you are gonna take it easy, but then you know that you have planned for it, that you're slowly but truly working up to like where you were. So just by having little plan Bs, it's gonna be much easier to just navigate things when they happen. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That is how other people are going to find this video as well. And if you're still here and you have not subscribed, what are you doing? You should subscribe to this channel. I am making 2025 the year where I am consistent with the uploading. So if you want to be inspired and get more tips and get more tricks, you know what to do. And if you love this video, please check out this video right here. I know you are gonna love it, and I will see you there.